There we go. Like like clockwork. Wait a second. Oh shit. Nothing. Yeah, it is. It's fine. Yeah, it is. It's fine. I'll just have to fix that later. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host. Damn it! You're not. Of course. Uh huh. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No. Actually, don't worry about it. Now I feel really. Actually, I do feel pretty. I'm gonna have to fix that later. That's personal and private, actually. Oh, God. Well, welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary. That's not the best start. I guess today's been kind of a mess. I didn't realize today was going to be such a mess. I'm usually better about that. Wow. Oh, man. Hey, we all got our limits, that's all. Just know we all got our limits. I ain't impossible. I ain't impossible. But I'm still here. I made some nice pasta food. I made some nice pasta. Actually, Silas, I will say, please do not bother them. Actually, really, I feel very bad now. Actually, oh God, damn it. Unfortunately, I wish I could make a joke, but that now I feel very bad. Actually, that is usually something I'm better about. Fuck. Uh. Mm, it's fine. I just have to make a stream repair now. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. I just have to do a stream repair now. It's fine. Anyways, welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary. I'm gonna pick back up on animation. I'm gonna try to, anyways. I had a moment there where I was like, maybe I do. I was like, no, it'll be fine. No, I mean, it'll probably still be fine. I just am like, oh boy. Oh boy. It's fine. It's fine. I just gotta. God. That's the good thing, though, is I'm at least aware of this kind of shit enough that I have to fix it. I will fix it. It's too much to not fix. Ah, that sounds awful. They took your juice. They took your bodily juices. You need that. Awful. How's your blood? How's your blood doing? I had this playing. That's what I should have had. Need new blood? I think we all need new blood. I could use some new blood. Can you send me some of your new blood? Should take all we everyone knows, much like oil, you should go to the doctor, have all of your blood removed, and then you get new blood. That is exactly what happens. Is you get new blood. I'm very happy with that countdown. I need to add some frames, I think. I have her not hold the one long enough. She needs to hold the one a little bit longer, I think. Listen, she's not rushing it. I'm rushing it. Yeah, I need to hold that one longer. I need to hold that one longer. It's okay. I'm a master animator. I'm a master animator. Uh-huh. And I didn't stream last week because I couldn't in some ways. In some ways I couldn't. Mainly I was just working on I just couldn't do animation. Eyes, where are you going? There we go. I just need to warm up a little bit. I just need to warm up a little bit. I think I just need to warm up a little bit. All right. I will admit, I think I'm probably also just a little that did I need to get a switch on some stuff because I think a couple of things now are like giving me a little bit of the brain fart, just a little bit of the brain fart. I am excited though. I mean, I got that picture done. I got that picture done I started last week. And it finally proved something that I to me that I was like, yes, I can do this actually. Is if it comes down to it, I can find the time to do a commission. I really can. I'm really glad that I got that. I hope it's a sign for more. I hope it's a sign for more. I would really appreciate if it was. I even have ideas on how to get it implemented so that way people can find my commissions more. I have some ideas on how I would handle that. Fine. Excuse me, animate. I made a line. I'm sorry, animate. I don't know if you knew this, but I was making a line. It does make me wonder. There has to be a ruler. There's probably a ruler somewhere in here. I don't actually know. I don't need it right now, but I bet there is a ruler in here. Because, God, I could not imagine doing some kinds of animation without a ruler. Any animation regarding a solid object, I would need a ruler. I feel like having to animate or draw a non-organic anything at the moment would would for the moment really require a ruler. Also, being able to create like a backdrop would require a ruler to a certain extent. I have become reliant on it at least a little bit for certain things. But I don't need it right now. I know we have. I guess technically you have these, which the guidelines could always probably be used for that. That's what they're for. It is what they are for. I have to draw even more lines. Oh, the joy of animation, drawing the same thing over and over again. Your head explodes. I'm getting much better at that, actually. I'm being much more exact on where I start lines. I've only gotten better at that the more that I've done animation. Been very, very, very good for my process. I no longer seem to start and end lines too soon, which is very nice. That's something I just would do. Not on purpose, but I did do it. It, it. There we go. Maybe today I just take it easy. Just focus on drawing lines for today. I mean, the good news is I do have everything mapped out. I have everything mapped out, so just have to draw all of the points in between, and I'm done, and then I have to color it, which I do hope coloring takes infinitely less time than drawing it did. It should, theoretically, should take a lot less time to color it than it will take to than it took to do this, because the only thing I'm going to literally just start with the paint bucket and just fill. We're just gonna fill space. Should go quickly. I have become very much enthused with using the paint drop to just put down a mat. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's just efficient. It's not even efficient. It's just helpful. It's just nice. Got spaghetti sauce on the goddamn drawing tablet. Did make I didn't make spaghetti tonight. I made a different pasta, but I did use something called spaghetti sauce, which is just red marinara. It's boring red sauce. Everyone knows that the default spaghetti sauce is boring red sauce. But it's not boring. In fact, if you make a it's it's marinara sauce should not be boring. It's literally marinara. It's like should be the zestiest shit, at least in my opinion. Got tomatoes and peppers and onions and stuff. If your uh if your marinara sauce isn't zesty, what did you do to your marinara sauce, sir? What? What? The one who jumped into my lap. The one who jumped into my lap, sir. I need to remember what. There we go. My cat knows how to operate my computer, whether I like it or not. Oh, nope, nope. There we go. Well, he's here now. I can't get rid of him. Oh, this. I need to do this. I need to select. Nope. I need to move it. Two over and split. I don't know. I'm gonna trust that it's fine. Something is weird. I thought I was doing it right, but I might have accidentally deleted a frame or two, but that's fine. No idea what happened. Move on. It has been a while. It's been about 2 weeks since the last time I worked on this. Another thing that I want to get better at, that hopefully at some point I'll get to. Now I'm like, I did kind of set myself up a little bit for failure in this regard, and it's like, well, at least I'm thinking about it all the time. I really need to set some animation time aside where I'm like working on tweens and working on past um, past frames, so that way I can polish them up. And I have not really trained myself to do that, unfortunately. Right now, all I do is I just work on uh, continually adding on top of this And then right now, a lot of my spare time is going towards Mothership game, which I'll be running here in 3 fucking weeks. Session zero's this weekend. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited. But I still got some stuff I gotta do. Prep for that. Which is why if I don't end up having a stream, well, I've got the whole. What am I saying? I've got a few more days left. There's also some other things that I'm wanting to prep for. I've also got, Atlanta's coming up. That'll be fun. I'm excited for that. Be in Atlanta for the last show of the year, which is both exciting and a relief because I will say I definitely am going to want to take some time to focus on some other stuff. The rest of the year, it'll give me a nice breather before the next show, which I believe isn't even until closer to February or March. It'll be a good chunk of time before we have another show. I do know one of the shows next year is going to be in Amsterdam, which I'm like, I would love to leave this country for at least a little bit of time. So there's also that. I've never been to Amsterdam. I've never been out of the US. Change someday. Oh, here we go. I do think by using Animate, I am using the best tool for me. That makes sense to like start developing my animation because I have to say, keeping it simple, keeping it to just this line illustration, a pretty big difference for me. Simple is best. Always remember, simple is best. I also love that I keep on accidentally hitting the save button. It's like, oh no, probably the thing I should be hitting on accident the most. This is a good program. I don't remember what program I was using, but I remember there was one program that I was like, why are you like this? That I learned that if you hit save, it actually removed your undo because it saved your work and then said you wanted that permanently, right? It might have been like Windows actually or Word. It might have actually been like Word or something. Very stupid. Silly. There we go. And hopefully I'll be able to share the final product of the commission soon. It was for something that is not finished. The commissioner uh, told me that they would let me know as soon as it posts. As soon as it posts, I'll also post what it's for. So I'm excited. It came out really good. I had a lot of fun working on it, honestly. Good. It was good and fun to work on. Maybe I just listened to the nice vibes. Sometimes it's difficult to describe what I'm doing because what I'm doing has been doing the same thing that I've been doing for at least 300 frames. Well, more like 150 frames. Which is a couple. How many? Really, the biggest incentive to finishing this, aside from what I'll use it for, I mean, this is a pretty big project that I would say, like, as far as like consistency goes, I don't know too many days that I missed working on this. I don't think I missed that many, honestly. In a certain sense, based on how many animation days I've taken to work on this, is still how many days it took me. It didn't take me this long because I was working on it every day. It took me this long because I was only working on it once a day, once a week. I bet if I could work, if I worked on this at least 3 days a week, it definitely would be much more close to finished. In a certain sense, the number of streams I've done of this is more indicative of how long and how many days it would take me to finish this kind of project, rather than how numerically long it has taken me because I don't work on it every single day. And I think with that in mind, this has been about a month's worth of work. This has actually been, if I worked on it every day for at least 3 hours a day, the point that I'm at right now has been about a month. And I think that's pretty fucking good, actually. Like, if I think about that, I think that's a pretty good point to be at. I'm actually a little curious. Let me check. I think I've done at least 30 animation streams. I know I've done at least 30 drawing streams. I actually don't know how many animation. 20! I've actually only done 20. I've only truly done this project for 20 days at about 3 to 4 hours a day. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm a machine that turns white pages into less white pages. I'm gonna have to save that if I can. My boy is in my lap. Oh, God bless me. God bless me. Ah. Okay, fair enough. I was messing with my cat. My cat was like, "Stop that." I was like, "Yeah, that's fair. I shouldn't rile you up. That's dangerous for me. That's dangerous for me." If there was a faster way to do this, I guess I could. Shit. I could still reach my keyboard, it's just not in my lap at the moment. We'll do that. I definitely need to have this go longer. I cut it too soon. I cut it too soon. Like I said, if there's one thing that I really have pulled out of this that has been really, really nice and useful is the I've become much more inclined to draw all the way out. I don't stop too soon. Start my lines actually where they need to start, and I end them where they actually need to end. I don't know what causes that. I think that's just probably like a just a hand coordination spacing thing where I just had to get used to making the mark or whatever out to where I actually want it. I also am being much more precise on that mark because I'm actually following the contours a little bit more closely. That way they stay more accurate. I do I do still kind of hate how the method I've found that works best for me is to have to draw these frames. I still want to try to find a method that will cut that down at least, but I definitely found pretty early on that drawing these frames looks better than trying to just hold them as a hold frame. Even if I'm drawing for all intents and purposes the exact same frame, I have to draw it again. I don't know why. Like I have a couple of holds. I could try a hold here. And really, I got to remember that I have made. I got to remember that I've made a lot of progress. It made lots of progress. Actually, the nice thing with the ad roll will be that I can take like just like a little break. I could take just like a little break. In fact, that might also help me because I have such a bad habit of being like, now what's the animation doing? I could just do that whilst that's going, and then I could take a second to like stare at my work. That's something that I like to do for some reason. This is also just a good warm up since I took a week off of animation to be like, where was I? Where was I? Which I can't. Same. Much as I'd like to add that, I can't. I cannot. One feature that has been very nice that I don't know if I know what I need. First off, eat my funny glove. Remember, use my funny glove more. I don't know why it's so helpful, but it is helpful. It's very helpful, actually. One thing I picked up on that I'm trying to be a little bit better about is that I've noticed that I need to my eyes need to follow the screen rather than the tip of the pen. There we go. Oops. Need to kind of fix that. And one thing I have to remember actually is that you can't you can't fix an animation frame, especially if you're doing tweens. You just have to draw what'll make sense between them, because it'll just make things worse. I keep hitting undo. Almost. Almost. There we go. If there's anything I've definitely gotten better at, I've just gotten much more better. I've gotten much better with my hands. Gotta keep it consistent. Ah, beans. Keep on hitting the wrong button. Well, it's gone forever. There's one kind of weird thing about the frictionless glove is that it definitely helps But then I also had to be a little bit more careful because my hand will want to move when I don't want it to move, and I'm just like, dang it. I'm used to the opposite. I'm used to the friction of having something there to hold my hand steady. Does not help that I'm very much when it comes to drawing, the kind of person who drags their hand across surfaces anyways. So I either have the friction to be able to hold my hand steady, or the friction causes my hand to make really uneven lines when I have to go make big long strokes. Whoa. Might end up being a shorter one today. We'll see. Just to get back into it, but I might have to be like break. Actually, we will see. We shall see. There we go. Nope. The progress I got today, she held still. Sometimes how it goes. Sometimes that's just how it goes. There we go. Damn it. Wrong button. At least one more. Out of all the things that I've started, I do think that animation is probably the thing that I am glad I did the most, because it kind of recharged a lot of my interest in illustration. It also really tested me to finally start implementing and working on my illustration in such a way that I actually had to start, in a certain sense, getting good. To a certain extent, I had to really start applying myself and start learning things in animation that I had never learned before. And then using those things to actually really start getting me into animation in a way that really helped. I always like to say how animation kind of got me all of that minute practice I had been needing. A lot of the repetition I was needing to start getting more consistent. So I actually do recommend, if you think that one of the things that one struggles with is their consistency, animation might be helpful. Not because, here's the big thing to remember. I recommend doing animation as a way to train your consistency, because the goal should not be to assume that you're going to make the best animation ever immediately, but rather the opposite. You should be doing it to practice in an understanding environment that you have a lot to learn. That's okay. That's okay. More important is that you start doing it. On that note, I need to remember to open Wagotabi today. I have not done that in the last couple days. There are too many 30-minute activities I want to do every day. I was kind of hoping I would get into a swing to try to get Beat Saber at least maybe 30 minutes before I went to bed, and I haven't been able to really do that, though I might try to push myself on that more. I wanted to try to do Wagotabi 30 minutes a day, and it's been really difficult to find time. I got a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit that I'm working on all the time. You get out of here. You get out of here. Which is going to be weird. If I continue playing Wagotabi, I'll finally start being able to recognize things in Japanese, and I'll be like, oh, is that what that means? And I'll be like, I didn't know that the entire time. Saw someone playing a game in Japanese, and I was like, well, I don't know that kana off the top of my head, but I certainly do recognize it. Yes, I do. I saw some kas and some sus in there. That said, I do need to get a notebook. I need to get a notebook. I either need to get a notebook or I need to start, like, I need to open up a. What I might do is I might actually open up a drawing pad or a fresco pad on my computer. That's probably what I should do, because I need to be able to. I need to write stuff down. I need to write stuff down and also make note of it, because right now the biggest thing that I'm struggling with is the memorization. Memorization. The irony is memorization is not something that I'm all that particularly good at. However, what I am good at does not require memorization, which is kind of more scholastic, if that makes sense. I'm very good at study. I'm very good at making notes and references. That's something I'm really good at. I'm okay at memorization. Not that good at it, though. I don't think I'm that good at it. Pure raw memorization, I'm not very good at. I don't memorize shit. To a certain extent. To a certain extent, that's not to say that I can't memorize anything. I just am not very proficient at it, I find. Even though I've gotten decent at it, I definitely don't think I'm. I don't think I'm that good at memorization. I think I'm okay at it. I think it depends on what it is that I'm memorizing. There are certain things that I will memorize, but I'm not a memorization machine, certainly. It's not something my brain was built to be able to do. At least as far as I'm concerned, it's not something that my brain can really do anyways. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to at least 2 hours, I think. I'm gonna go for at least 2 hours and see where I'm at, where I feel. I want to like make this more of an effort to be like, okay, I'm getting back onto it. I'm getting back onto it. A little rusty, and I just came off of another project, and there's also other things I want to work on. We'll see. This might be a short one today. This is about keeping progress, not making progress. Sometimes you need, I feel like. I think sometimes people forget that sometimes it's just equally as important to be keeping progress than it is to be making progress. And what's important to kind of note about that is that when I say that I'm keeping progress, like, obviously, I'm not making progress. It's more about, like, I'm not really concerned about making a huge leap of progress in this project. I'm just adding to it and making sure that there's more going into it at least. I have sat upon the horse. That's all that matters. Sometimes just getting on that horse is the most important thing to do. Helps me, anyways. If anything, I probably need to end early because I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna have to do that immediately. It's gonna bug me too much. I will admit, it will bug me. It will bug me until I can finally fix it. Which I say, I'm sorry. I don't know why my brain just sat there like a fucking moron. Sometimes it happens. I will admit that. I'm like, at least it wasn't anything worse, but oh my god, I can't believe I actually sat there like a fucking bump on a log. I think part of it is my brain didn't realize what it was looking at until it was too late. I was a little bit shocked. Why I appreciate the even if a joke was made, it's like, oh, actually, whoops. I I was my brain kind of shut down there for a second, I think. I got a little bit of that head rush, unfortunately. I don't try to let shit like that happen intentionally. I don't think anybody does, but it still feels pretty awkward. He absolutely, positively did not mean that. Be there. It sometimes feels like too. I'm just like I usually am like pretty good. I would say like 90% of the time, and then just like 1% of the time, I make a slip, and then it's like, God. But it's whatever. Usually, it's stuff like that that'll make me in the future go be more careful about that too. Me, I will be the first to kind of admit I don't know how. I just don't know why. Uh, in a certain sense, I wouldn't say I'm any less or more careless than anybody else. Ugh, I just missed something. Hey, all right, everybody. I'm gonna take a minute, see where we're at, try to make some decisions. Y'all will be back in a minute. Probably. Could also be that time I'm like, okay, I go back and I go clean some tweens. That's much better. Yeah, she needed to hold that a lot longer. She needed to hold that a lot longer. I was letting it I wasn't holding it long enough. Uh we'll have a good ad break for anybody who has ads, who doesn't not have ads. Let me know if they're good. If they're not. I want Twitch play the good ads. Twitch play the good ads. I don't know which ones those are, but you should play them. Don't play the bad ones. You know the ones. Having her hold makes a much bigger difference. Having her hold makes a much bigger difference. I find that weirdly enough, maybe I will have to go back. I mean, like, if I end up having to redraw some of those frames, if I end up having to redraw some of those hold frames, it will probably just purely to be able to add a little texture, maybe add a blink. I think like moments like this, like here where she holds, she might do a blink, might do another blink, maybe a blink here, maybe a blink when she catches, maybe a blink somewhere in there when in the countdown. Sporadic blinking is actually something I care about a lot because when it comes to blinking for human beings, we don't blink on a timer. At least I don't. If you do, I'm impressed. I don't know if you trained your body to be able to do that or if you think about every time you blink. I don't. Maybe my sign should have been when I made my tea. When I made my tea today, made some tea before stream because like, man, I'm starting to feel a little bit of that. Starting to feel that midnight oil running out a little bit. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make some tea. Maybe that'll help. I went to go make the tea, and I pulled the tea out of its package and somehow managed to rip off the little tail. I don't know how I did that. I somehow managed to rip the string straight off, and I was like, how? Why? Um, should have been my sign. No. I think it was just a weird day. I think it was just a weird day, honestly. I think it's fine. It happens. Shit happens. Oh my god, I have to wait so long. A minute is so long to wait. I don't want to wait a minute. So much time to wait. I mean, these 3-minute ad breaks have actually been quite nice. I will give it that. They've had their benefits beyond just being ad breaks. And on the hour, too, is not too bad. It just gives me a moment to kind of like space out a little bit, ramble a little bit. Might help break up some conversations. What? 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 Come over to scream at me? He just came over to scream at me. He just came over to scream at me. All right. So here's the good news. I think I've got the countdown down, honestly. I like this is looking pretty much long enough. Like it's 24 frames. Is this frame 50? 350. Almost a second. Honestly, a second would be around here, so maybe we go at least one or two more. Animation's all about timing. Animation's all about time. It truly is. My cat seems to not like it whenever I have something in my lap, is what I've noticed. He gets really indignant about it. He gets very like, "Don't do that," and I'm like, "Why? Why not?" There's any reason to just make this kind of like a getting back on the horse kind of stream, there's a couple of things I need to do tonight now that I've also added to my work, but that shouldn't take too long, honestly. Really? Really? As soon as I put it, I swear it's because I put the keyboard in my lap and he's like, that doesn't go there. I go there. I'm like, okay. Jealous of the keyboard? Are you jealous of the keyboard, buddy? Are you like, you can't have the keyboard in your lap. I belong in your lap. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I had a feeling I like put the keyboard back in my lap and then immediately he climbed into it. Brat. He's a brat. And then he left. I put it back in my lap. I bet he comes back. Bet he comes back. My flop frog. Give me my floppy frog. Start with the eyes first. Trying something that I don't think is, but at least trying it. Ultimately, I just need to. Doesn't matter how thick these are, because I'm just gonna I'm gonna paint bucket it all. Oh, the power of the sun straight into my eyeballs. Good news is the stream repair I have to do is going to be fairly simple. That's really what I have to remind myself. It's not going to be hard to do. It's actually going to be quite simple. It'll be quite quick. I just have to. This is my thing. Hey. I had my moment. It's past. I would still rather laugh at myself for it, and we will laugh at it. I just had my moment where I was like, man, I'm such a dingus. I'm such a dingus. But actually, was still an idiot. I'm a careless idiot sometimes. It happens. Who isn't? That's why, after this, I actually have to do something kind of extreme, unfortunately, but it's fine. It was my own fault. Immediately hide the VOD because I'm a dum dum. I think probably the main reason why I'm like very like is because like it's not. It's weird. It's weird. It's a weird thing for me in the sense of like I feel bad because stuff like that doesn't just affect me. Probably like it's something that I have to be careful because it could affect somebody else, and that's not okay. And I will be able to laugh at it, but certainly in the moment it was pretty bad, and I felt pretty bad about it. I won't lie. There we go. And like I said, we'll at least hit. I think we'll at least hit 2 hours and then see where I'm at. Hey, regardless, it definitely that count looks better. Regardless of what we get to today, that count definitely looks better. And I mean, this is 365. We're on frame 365 divided by 2. I've done about 100 frames because I think that there's some hold frames in there that I didn't draw. I've done about 100 frames. I've drawn about 100 frames in 20 days. It's not that bad. At about 5 frames a day. Some days having more frames and other days having few. It does feel like it's been more than 5. I feel like it's been like, I don't know, a little surprised. I would say at least, I'd say at least 2 or 3 frames an hour. I would say, anyways. What it's felt like. There we go. Apparently, it's just the chill time. It's just the chill time. Here. Probably it would help if I put my microphone closer. I need to remember to do that more when I do specifically these streams. I got to put my microphone a little bit closer. My face is down and inside of my computer, so thank you, autosave. It does that. I probably could turn it off somewhere, but also on the flip side, I'd rather it randomly autosaving all the time, where I would rather lose like 5 seconds than lose, a couple of hours. Even though I had that one time where it seemingly didn't save for some reason. I don't know why when stuff like that happens, even though I know I save almost religiously, sometimes it just feels like computers forget to save, and I don't know how. Here we go. I've hit my second wind. Here we go. Here's what I gotta do. First, start by drawing this. Rotation up. Oh no. See, this is the thing that I actually really like that digital animation kind of warrants and provides, is being able to physically move things around. It's just very nice, honestly. That moving just ever so slightly. Kind of like that. Mainly just want to kind of show that there's a little bit of rotation in the hand there. I want to show a little bit of rotation in the hand. Join that down. Then move you. And then I need to move it. Question is how? Almost. Something like that. Then you draw the rest of the owl. Oops. At least the boy has left me alone. The boy has left me alone for a second at least, which is nice. Now here's something I need to find a little bit better of a method to handle. Something like that. Yes. Gotta keep proportions proportional. There. That's what I gotta do. Having reference points to like be like, okay, if it's moved this much, then I move this down. I use this line instead is really, really what's also helped me quite a bit. There. Something like that. I have to do very similarly. Follow that line. This line. Then I just have to follow this side. There. Almost. Almost. Then, head ever so slightly. It. Ite. Ite. Another thing I've gotten already even better at, and I already had a kind of mind for this, is the timing. I feel like I've gotten a better idea of like, okay, 5 frames feels about like this, 10 frames feels about like this, 2 frames feels about like this. That was something that I actually really, really struggled with at first. Because a frame is kind of like a note in a song, a little bit. And as somebody who has an interest in music, though has on and off dabbled with experimenting with it, I will admit that reading music is a bit arcane to me because it's it's it is a representation of something that is not, it's like a language. It is to a certain extent like reading another language. It's not impossible, but it definitely is like, obviously it's not impossible, people do it. There's a lot of written visualization of things that I think exist. It's a very human thing to do, is to try to visualize in like a literary sense, um, how something like moves, operates, or whatever. And I think like animation is no exception to that. I think that there is an element of animation that relies a little bit on that, where you kind of have to start reading on like almost a time signature, kind of like music, about how long something should take approximately, because that's really what music writing is written music is just a visual, a literary interpretation of sound in a sequence of time, but it's been abstracted in such a way that it can be read out rather than anything else. And it does actually do that. And I think animation has that a little bit when you're learning still how to like get exactly how long an action should be. I think that's a part of the learning curve, in fact, is like learning exactly how long things should feel like they should be on screen, how quickly they should and shouldn't change, what should take a few frames, what should take a lot of frames. I think that takes a lot of deliberation in some ways. There we go. Another thing I have to remember is that when I draw a keyframe like that, I leave a lot of space because it should be about that time, but it definitely can like be adjusted. I definitely will give space if I need to. Here we go. Now I'm starting to feel it. Now I'm starting to feel a little bit juiced. Just had to wait until the tea entered my bloodstream. My blood stream. I needed the energy in my bones. There we go. Almost. Line there. The line to go about here. Oh, funny, weird hand glove. Make this much more possible in some ways. It's very nice. I got one of the fancy half hand gloves. It just helps with smoothing. And probably helps preserve my hands. That way I'm not rubbing it up against the screen all the time and, I don't know, sanding off my fingerprints. I don't know. There we go. Oh, almost. Got two. Forgot two lines. Gotta get that collarbone in there. How we go from here? This will be interesting. I think this will be another kind of like complicated maneuver that I'm gonna have to figure out how to balance, which is gonna be a challenge. It'll be a challenge. There. Then I need to take the whole damn thing. Out here. Just do that. Have it hold it spot there for a second. Same here. Start having this rotate down a little bit more. I want to undo that. I want to redo that, please. Something like that. Draw this out a little bit more. There we go. That's more what I want. Fast. I need this to be disconnected actually for a second because I need to move it ever so slightly. And about there. Yeah, because I'm moving it. Yeah. About there-ish. Gotta terminate them ends. Gotta terminate them ends. All right. There we go. Here's also an idea. I could just do this. Let's do this. Smarter, not harder. Smarter, not harder. See, the problem is that might actually move, so I can't do that. But I can do this. Or like that. And like this. Look at that. Look at me using my brain. Make my job easier. I can do it sometimes. Difficult, but I can do it. There we go. All right. Nudge that way. Well, we might end up actually getting a lot more progress than I thought I would today. I really thought I was going to stall out, but honestly, I think we're doing fine. I thought I was gonna stall out, but it just turns out that I was being self-conscious because I did do an oopsie. And oopsie made me feel like poopy. And it happened. Doesn't feel great. That's the thing, is like when stuff like that happens, I'll admit, I'm just like, God damn it. I am not perfect, and I oftentimes find myself in situations, and I would say there's a element of this that's always like an element of myself that's always down for like being able to laugh or take the piss out of something that I do that is like an accident or silly. This one I feel pretty bad about. This one I feel pretty bad about. I'm just like, man, that sucks. I did not. Oops. Clearly, it's still affecting me. Believe it or not, guys, when something bothers one, it's bothersome. But it's probably fine. I'm just being me. I'm just being me. It is also one of those cases where I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to I can't do anything about it right this exact second. So I'm just like, ugh. And I know that as soon as I can do something about it, I'll be fine. But I'm just like, I have to wait until the streamers don't do that. I have to. Dang it. Dang it. As Fryman once said, ah, dang it. Ah, beans. Ah, crud. That's what he said. I was like, why can't I remember what the hell he said? You know, I still can't believe that they've resurrected. At least as far as I knew, they did. I don't know if they still have. Maybe they finished it again, but I just know that the last thing I heard is they resurrected Futurama again, and I'm like, man, he sure does know how to print money. I'll give him that. Mr. Graney knows how to print money. I'll give him that. That hair. Matthew Graney, the Simpman. Do you think he ever calls them the Simpsons? You ever think he's gotten tired of calling them the Simpsons? He just says whatever he thinks, and then Fox goes, "Sure, I guess we can't. We're obligated never to fire you now. You made the best cartoon ever, so I guess you can just do whatever the hell you want." Which fair. The Simpsons is one of those weird kind of phenomenons in that you really do get the sense that it was not supposed to go that long. And I know he's tried to do other things. I know he's had at least two other shows. Maybe he's had at least one other show since Futurama. I don't know if he's had two, but I know he's had at least one other show since Futurama. And I haven't. I haven't really looked at his stuff in a long time since I binged Futurama a long time ago. I do think Futurama is some of his best work. It's good. It's really good. Ugh. God, what time is it? See, that's a bad sign if I'm constantly like, what time is it? Yeah, I think we'll hit one more ad and then I'll go for maybe a little bit longer and then I'll call it. I just oof. I think I pushed it a little bit too hard. That it happens. It happens, but I gotta I gotta be more careful too. I just when stuff when something like that happens, it's hard not to be like, well, I done shat that bed. Nice. I don't know. I will make a joke out of it. Don't you worry. I'm just I'm just tired, I guess. Hey, I mean, I still made some pretty good progress. I did not make progress. I made pretty good progress. Funny is it's almost there actually. Holy shit, that was fast. I'm actually one tween away from having this ready. There we go. That there. There. I'll at least do this. This will probably be the last frame. This will probably be the last frame. We'll see. That's just one of those days. I think I need a little bit of a I know what I need to get done. What I need to do tonight, at least, so that's the good news. It's not that I don't know what to do. Ash for damn sure. I know what I'm gonna be doing tonight. Let's see, I think I need to kind of open up the hand a little bit. So funny. So funny, I should do probably like this. Definitely keep it open. I want to get rid of that. I don't know what just flew in front of my face, but I didn't like it. It was like a moth or something. This. Yeah, more like that. And I just need it to start opening up the hand a little bit. It's a little bit awkward, but it'll work. There we go. Want to figure out maybe more like kind of like that. Yeah, that'll help. Gotta love my favorite rule of animation: good drawing. Wait, it is quite silly to me. It is quite silly to other animators that there is an animation rule that is just good drawing. Just get good at drawing, lol. Why can't you just draw good? Ha. Thanks, animation. Trying. Hey, Knight. Hi, Slime Knight. What is that face for? What's that face for, Slime? Do that. Down here. Probably because you should go to bed right now. Ain't that just a vibe? Ain't that just a vibe? Feel that. I feel that. I think I'm gonna go straight. Like I said, I don't. It's. I got stuff I'm gonna do, but definitely just gonna work on some stuff for the rest of the night. I made my progress. I got back on the horse. That's what matters. The horse has been remounted. I don't think I like that. And all the Umu Musume fans screamed when I said that. Something something Goldshi. Goldshi is the only thing I know about it. And I won't learn more. And I refuse to learn more. I don't need to know more. Yeah, I need to do that more. That weirdly worked better doing it that way. Draw the line between the lines. Draw the line between the lines. Just draw the line between the lines. Yeah. I'll at least go to 9:30. I do think I need to call it early anyways, for I'm fucked up behind on some kinds of work actually. I'm just like, I really do want to work on that. I want to be ready for Sunday. Sunday, like it's not spoilers. Sunday is going to be a big day. That's going to be session 0 for Mothership. We will not be streaming session 0. I don't even think I'll record it. I don't think I'll need to because a lot of that is going to be setup. It's going to be prep. It's going to be everybody making their characters, getting familiar with the setting, me getting all of my stuff ready to make sure that everything works. There is not going to be a session 0 for for Mothership, unfortunately. I I know a lot of things do a kind of session 0. Not everything does. Dimension 20 actually doesn't. Adventure Zone kind of does a session 0 for now and then. I remember. Actually, no, they do a session 0. But mainly, even their session 0, at least for the Adventure Zone, everything is ready. It's just them. It's just a preface, right? They're just like, hey, here's all of our people. Whereas typically, based on my playstyle and the playstyle of my friends, we typically do that all in the first session of the game. What we'll probably do is we will probably introduce all the characters and everything in session 1. That's pretty standard, I would say. There. Make sure to hit all the lines. Need to make sure to hit all the lines. But that's coming up. That's coming up pretty soon. That's coming up this weekend, so anytime that I can defer to also working on that would be nice. I also need to get a little caught up on some of the shorts. I actually have a bunch of shorts that I have, and I just haven't had time to sit down and actually process them. Because it is hard to process things when you get any time to do anything other than work, and you're just like, just sit, please. Well, I can't say I'm not motivated, not disciplined anymore. If anything, I'm now in that scary spot where I'm like, actually, I need to figure out how to fucking chill out a little bit, because clearly it's backlashing a little bit. I said I was going to try this a little bit for a little bit and see if it would work, just for me. Want to give it a couple weeks, and if it doesn't, then we're going to just maybe put, depending on if certain things go a certain way, um, I'd be fine putting, making afternoon streams more of a seasonal or occasional thing, though. It does mean now I'm removing a lot of games and stuff that I do want to stream, but it's tough, man. Too much. Too many video games, too much work that I need to do. Sir, why? Only when I have something in my lap. What? What? He hates it when I have the keyboard in my lap because he goes, that is not for your keyboard. That is for me. Honestly, he wasn't that bad. He didn't. It's been a second. He did eventually come back to reclaim his seat, but he gave me my space. All right, I'll probably let the pre-roll run, and then I'll start wrapping up again. Again, sorry for the shorter one. I'm just suddenly like, ugh. It's mainly because, again, I've made work for myself that I have to go do now, and I'm like not happy about that. I'm not happy about that. I won't admit, or I will admit. I just gives it just makes me want to kick my butt when that happens. And this one is totally on me. This is a stream repair I have to make because of my own mess up, not because of anything that the internet did, not because of anything that my computer did. It was on me. This stream repair is on me. I gotta make it now. It's not gonna be hard. I just feel a little embarrassed. Okay, just embarrassed. And I feel pretty bad about it because if the computer breaks, if the computer shuts off, if the internet shuts off, it's like, fuck you. But when it's me, I'll admit, I'm like, nice job, me. Good job. And no, actually, if you were to ask, what the hell are you talking about? I'd say, I can't tell you. It'll be erased forever. I can't say. Something I want to. It's something I don't want to leave. That's why. Ooh. So this is coming along nicely. I got back into it. I'm glad I'm doing animation again. Won't let the ads run. Lesson was learned. If anything, the lesson is that I always have to be careful. I just gotta pay attention to where certain windows are. And again, that's on me. I feel stupid. I feel like a dum dum. But hey, it's looking good. It's looking good. We're almost through. I think like give me two-ish. Give me like two-ish sessions and I think I'll have this done. The thing that'll suck is I think October is gonna happen, and I will do something in this time slot instead of animate. Or if I do animate, I'll do a Halloween animation. I think I'll try to do a Halloween animation. Like I did last year, though I didn't finish it. I never finished the skeleton. I'll try to do another Halloween animation this year. for Halloween. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give myself 4 weeks to finish an animation of some kind for Halloween. It'll be my Halloween special, and then drawing for Halloween will be all for the Mothership game. That'll all be Mothership. I'll be doing Mothership all the way through, so that'll just be more art for that. And I'll just go from there. We'll see, but yeah, like the Mothership game is going to take a lot of the drawing real estate for a while, for good reason. I think it's for good reason. Um, I think that that game is taking a lot of work anyways, so it's just gonna take a lot of my time and brain power and brain processing power. And again, if anything, sorry it was a short one today. I think I kind of needed it either way. I was like, I need it. I need to do some stuff. I need the time. I need the extra time, so I need to have a shorter one today, I think. It happens. It happens. At least I was able to do it, and at least I was able to do some more animation. And I'm glad about that. I really am. Um, Glad to do the animation. I'm glad that I have been keeping up with my work. Um, the only interruption to the animation was the fact that I literally had something else come up that was good. That was a good thing that came up. Trust me, it was a good thing that I had that come up. Like I had work that actually came up that made me go, oh shit, I need to prioritize that, and it was worth prioritizing. So which, hey, now I know I can do that. That's something that's going to be incredibly important moving forward, is that I'm capable of doing that. Is that I'm capable of being able to be like, oh, I gotta focus on this and I gotta get it done. And I will get it done. And I did get it done. I said it was gonna take a week for that project. I took a week for that project and I got the project done. And I'm just like, fuck yes, Isaac. Yeah. Good job, me. I still did it. That's what matters. I got it done. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Again, apologies for kind of shorter. Though it was shorter, but it feels like, I mean, I usually would go like another hour, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm out of it today. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night working on some other stuff and getting ready. Be ready for this weekend. Be ready for tomorrow. I got a lot of shit coming up. I actually have a lot of shit coming up, so it's not. It certainly is a hell of a time right now. I've got a lot on my plate that I'm constantly balancing, but I am actually balancing it, which is pretty good, including my mental health, and it's only teetering a little bit. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put my computer back together. So first off, I need to put this back here. I'm going to do one more thing. Oh, God, I do this every time. Oh, Jesus. That was scary. Okay, I have to be more careful with it then, because that was scary. Okay. Don't do that. I even think I like bumped it that hard. The screen just flickered and I was like, oh no. I mean, it's fine. It's still running, but it was scary. I was scared. It was scary and I was scared. All right. I'm going to open up. We're going to do one more thing before we go. We're going to make a prompt. If you want to participate, you can participate in chat as well. All you got to do is type in chat. Whatever chat says, we'll use as a reference. And then I'll open up Paint, and then I have to draw whatever that reference is, and then I'll share the image before we raid out. I've been also forgetting to share those on Discord, but I have made so many goddamn steps that I don't blame myself. It's a lot. I have to keep track of a lot. Don't blame me. So, getting back on the anime horse. That'll be good. I think that'll be good. Yeah, much better. Like I said, I made some good I've still made some good progress. And this is session 21 of animating. In 21 days, I have gotten this much done. That's not bad for a second attempt. Let's call this what it is, like a second attempt at animation, at like really in-depth animation. I think this is pretty good. And I think like those chunks, there's gonna be at least three. I'm gonna say at least 3 more days of solid animation, and I will be at the end. I will be at the end of this, I think, in about 3 to 4 days of work. And that's pretty good. That's pretty goddamn good, because animation is a lot of work and takes a really long time. Like even in 2 hours, I got that much done. That's something to be pretty. That's something to be pretty stoked about. You know, I'm getting good work done, no matter what. All right. Getting back on the animation horse. God, I have a dumb idea for that. I have a really stupid idea for that. I hate this. I'm drawing a horse, guys. It's fine. It's a horse. I drew a horse. That's all that matters. And then here's a pen. It's a pen. It's a marker. This is really dumb. This is really, really dumb. Hey, if it isn't dumb, then why would I wouldn't want this. This should be dumb. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't dumb. All right. Well, stick around to the very end, everybody. If you want to see that image, I also do a bit of a closing bit. We do raid after every stream, so that way the vampires in our chat can keep watching. Everybody else out there, make sure to go lock your doors and windows. Oh no, I almost did it again. I almost did it again. I just really want to give myself work today. At least I didn't click the wrong thing. But stick around to the very end, everybody, if you want to see that picture. We also do a closing bit. We do raid after every stream, so that way the vampires in our chat can keep watching. Everybody else out there, make sure to go lock your doors and windows. It's almost lunchtime for vampires. But thank you for joining, everybody. Hope you had a good time and you enjoyed the show. If you're able to join the live show, thank you for stopping by, chatting, and watching. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for taking the time to go back and rewatching the VOD. We appreciate it. If you're out there and you enjoyed this and you want to see more of what we're up to, I recommend scrolling down below and following or clicking any of the links. There's a link to an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitter, and a Discord. We post when we go live on any one of those platforms, as well as anything else that we're up to, and just generally come hang out with the rest of the community there. It's a good time on the Discord. Speaking of which, a shout out to our community there and everyone who follows. You guys are a wonderful audience. We appreciate you. If we do anything particularly entertaining or noteworthy, feel free to clip it and share it on the internet. Make sure to also hashtag with MCCanary or link it back to the stream so people can find more of the good stuff we do here. And if you want to see the stream grow, you gotta let people know. I appreciate that people have been talking about the stream, and I encourage you guys to do it more. It does help us out. It's just super rad that people have been willing to do that, and I'm super grateful to everyone who talks about the stream. So go tell people about the stream. Go tell your friends about the stream. I won't. And as always, a huge thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon, Coffee, and Twitch. Your generosity allows us to continue to expand the stream as well as take on more projects, and the stream would not be made possible without viewers like you, so we thank you. If you want to see your name added to this list, as well as a couple of the benefits you can get, you could always subscribe directly on Twitch. Check out the Patreon page or Coffee here. It'll show you everything that you can get, and any amount is always appreciated. Once again, thank you. And thank you, DreamBots. Do a wonderful job holding back the robot army to prevent becoming famous. Thank you for everybody for coming and hanging out. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time. I did have a good time. I'm glad we're doing animation again. I think I just needed a kick me up. I just needed to get my butt in gear. And now I have, but I also have a bunch of stuff to do and a bunch of stuff on my mind, so I have to deal with that instead, which is fair. Guys, remember, deal with your brain. Your brain is bugging you, deal with it. It's okay. You gotta deal with it. Get you through housekeeping to get you on your way. Check out the rest of our friends in Goblin Entertainment. That link tree has links to everyone's channels and everything that they've done, they've been up to, and the rest of my stuff here. That has a link to everything that I post to, so go check everybody out in Goblin Entertainment and stick around. Let's go say hi to Cooter. Let's go say hi to him. Let him know that we're doing more animation. Be excited. He might have some things to say, but if he doesn't, that's fine too. However, say hi to him. He's doing my favorite. He's playing gold or silver. I don't know which one it is. Oh, it's crystal. I would get there eventually. So stick around for that. He's a good guy. We love Cooter here. Otherwise, have a good evening. Take it easy. Thank you again. Remember, we don't talk about what happened at the beginning of the stream. It'll be there. I'm willing to bear my embarrassment with modifications. Yeah. I mean, it bugs me. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to try to always make a joke about it, but it does still bug me. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. It happened. It's Goldshi. I don't actually know any parts of Goldshi. I know she has long hair. I'm stabbing her in the neck with that pen, though. Because she made me